morning students. So today we are about to conclude profit and loss. Already we had different models and we discussed all the models almost, but still there may be some sort of difficulty. Yeah, it is always there. As I told you already, aptitude has no ending. It is only a beginning. The moment you start learning the topic, there is so much to learn. It is not all over. There is so much to learn. So, okay, we conclude the topic and then I will be answering the questions you must be raising. Come on student, I just, we completed these many questions. I believe that this particular question need not be repeated. So, let me quickly just pass on the questions just for your clarification. Let us check it out which question you might have felt a little difficulty. Probably not this one, not this one, not this one. Yeah, fine. This is also okay for you. Probably this question is also, I think it is not a very big issue. You can, yeah, students, this question we have completed. Yeah, fine. So up to question number 20, I believe that there is no confusion at all. And if you find any questions, you please put the number. So far we have scrolled around up to 21 questions. You please scroll the questions. Any question you find any difficulty, let me know. Right student. Now fine, we continue with that. Now come on student. So there is no confusion so far. Question number 21 is no confusion. Question number 22 students. Yeah. This is a very interesting one. Probably you understood the question, but anyway, now I think it is better to repeat the same. Just look at that. The profit obtained when selling for 425 is same as the loss obtained when it is sold for 355. As I told you, whenever there is a confusion in the question, you better take some counter example, my dear students. So let me suppose that you bought an article for 400 rupees. Let us assume that. This is very important point. Whenever there is a confusion in the question, we have to justify by taking some counter example. This is what we call is aptitude. Natural ability of learning. You understand it? Natural ability of learning. So the ability that we are actually developing for a long time, probably for the last 10 days, should help you to understand what is actually happening around you, my dear students. I'll just give you some practical example. Today I happened to see in newspaper. So there were some irregularities in petrol bunks. In petrol bunks, there is some irregularities. Something is happening there. What the owners are doing, you know, they are not giving 1 liter, but they are giving something less. In some pumps, they are giving only 970 ml. I just have seen. You can also check it out from the newspaper. Today only I see. So they say that in place of 1 liter, they are giving you only 970 ml. 1 liter means 1000 ml. In place of 1000 ml, they are giving you only 970 ml. The petroleum prices are at the highest peak now. It is almost 85 rupees a liter. There is no wonder that the price may reach up to 100 rupees very soon. There is no wonder. This government is not reducing the prices, even though international market the prices are coming down, but this government is not reducing. But anyway, so students, one way we are paying huge amount for every 1 liter. See how the things are happening, how the petrol bunk owners are deceiving you. Tell me how much percent they are deceiving, students. If this is the case, tell me students how much percent they are deceiving in the name of quantity. Can you tell me, can you respond? Come on student, please respond. Respond, man. I want you to respond. How much percent they are deceiving the public? If they are doing so, tell me how much percent they are receiving. Thank you students. Thank you for your wishes. Teacher will be then happy then when you make use of the subject properly. If you make use of the subject and if you settle in your life, that will be the most happiest thing usually a teacher feels. It is the happiest thing any teacher can feel. Anyway students, tell me please respond students. Respond how much percent the bunk owners must be Well done, that's very good. Therefore, in place of 1000 ml, they are deceiving the customer about 30 ml, you know, because they are giving only 970, which mean to say that, how much percent they are deceiving, you know, they are deceiving about 3%. If they are doing so, but actually this 3% is practically not correct. If at all, if you think that they are deceiving, you are mistaken. We generally believe that yes, you have mentioned it is about 3%, but for your information, my dear students, it is more than 3%. It seems to be 3% for a layman, but when we are comfortable in quantitative aptitude, it is more than 3%. Should I give you how much? Should I tell you? Students, you went to petrol bank and you paid 85 rupees for 1 liter. But what they did, you know, they gave you only 970 liters, but they keep 30 ml for them, 970, 30. Therefore, when it comes to percentage, it is something more than 3%, if you can look at that. So, how much it comes, my dear students? 300 by 97. So, how many times? 3 times. How much we left? 9. So, 39 by 97%. This is the profit the company, the bunk owners must be getting. Okay, let it be 3%. Okay, no problem. So, whatever you think is okay, let it be 3%. Okay, fine. So, let me suppose that they are deceiving almost close to 3%, actually more than 3%, but why should we have that much of the confusion? Let it be 3%. Students, can you tell me how much money they must be making in the form of deceiving, you know? It may be believed that, it could be understood that petrol bunk may sell around 4 lakh rupee a day. Almost every day they can sell around 4 lakh rupees. Yeah, why not? 4 lakh rupees sale is quite nominal, I think. It is very nominal for any petrol bunk. You see, in villages, in Mandal Kendra, probably there may be 1 or 2 petrol bunks, but thousands of people will come and get the petrol. So, 4 lakh rupees sale is quite natural, quite common. And out of 4 lakh rupee, tell me how much is 3%? If you think it is only 3%, how much is 3%? Tell me students, how much is 1%? 4,000. 1% is 4,000. You see, every 1% is 4,000. Therefore, 3% means 12,000. You understand, my dear students? Could you understand what I am telling you? I am just trying to apply today's information for practical purpose. Then only you will be able to understand the importance of quantitative aptitude. If petrol bunk owners deceive 3% on quantity, they will be deceiving about 12,000. They will be getting 12,000 rupees a day. That is an extra income they will be getting apart from their commission and other sources. So, if it is 12,000 rupees a day, come on student, if you multiply by 30, that is close to, that is 3. So, they are getting 3,60,000 rupees a month, and if you multiply by 12, you will get how much they are deceiving the customer. It seems to be just 30 ml. It seems to be just 30 ml for us, but it is lakhs of rupees for petrol bunk owners. So, with this, I think you understand the significance of quantitative aptitude. We will be able to understand how to calculate percentage and how the things are happening around us. This is one of the important concepts of quantitative aptitude. Tell me students, 3,60,000 a month, you know, and if you multiply the same by 12, how much you get, you know? 36 plus 7.2, that is 36 plus 7.2, that is 43.2 lakh rupees for every year. A petrol bunk which sells around 4 lakh rupees a day will make 43.2 lakh rupee per annum if they receive just 30 ml of petrol per every 1 liter. If it is a big petrol bunk, huge margin. You can understand how the things are happening. If there is no proper vigilance, it is the situation. So, to that extent, the customers are losing. You understand that? So, what I mean to say is, whatever we learn in our quantitative aptitude, you must be able to apply the same in day to day life. If you are able to apply the same in your day to day life, then I can say that our purpose is fully served. Okay? Come on student, so never mind. So, that is for your information. So, whenever this kind of question is given, what I told you is take some counter example. If you take an article which cost you about 400 rupees, it is an assumption my dear students, it is an assumption. If you sell it for 420 rupees, you will be getting a profit of 20. And if you sell it for 380 rupees, you will be getting a loss of 20. So, 20 rupees profit when you sell for 420, 20 rupees loss when you sell for 20 rupees. I hope you understand my dear students, 20 profit, 20 loss. So, do you understand 20 and 20? The profit you are getting over here is same as the loss you are getting over here. So, when this kind of question comes, the cost price can be obtained simply like this. I hope you understand this. Therefore, your answer is 400. I hope you understand. So, this kind of questions can be handled like this. So, what I mean to say is, whenever you find any difficulty my dear students, take some counter example. By taking some counter example, you will be able to get the question right. Okay? Now, please we go ahead, we come to the next question, we conclude the topic. So, 23 we did, 24 yeah, we already did, 25, 27, 27 also we did, 28. Yes students, now please look at that. In question number 28, now this is a very important one. A trader purchased a watch for 400 rupees. What is 400 rupees my dear students? Purchased a watch, that is the cost price. Cost price of an article is 400 rupees. He sold it at a gain of 20% of the selling price. Tell me how much profit the trader is getting? 20% on selling price. Come on student. If the selling price is 100 rupees, he must be getting a profit of 20 rupees. Am I right? Am I right? If selling price is 100 rupees, he is getting a profit of 20 rupees, because just check it out how much profit he is getting, 20% profit on selling price. An article, if you sell for 100, if you get a profit of 20, it can be understood that the cost price should be 80. An article which was sold for 100, if you get a profit of 20, that must have bought for 80. What man? Which mean to say that cost and selling prices will be in the ratio 4:5. Am I clear? 80, 24 times, 25 times. Cost and selling prices in this question will be in the ratio 4:5. What you are given? You are given that the purchasing price of the article is 400. So, when 4 parts is equal to 400, then 5 parts will be equal to 500. Then what is the selling price? Selling price is 500. If the cost price is 400, then the selling price must be 500. Students, I think that we better discuss the question once again, but this time I give you one more example. You please handle this question. Come on student, just look at that. Let me just look at the question my dear students, just look at the question, just focus completely. Shall I start? Ready? Now, in place of 20%, it's okay. In place of 400 rupees, come on student, in place of 400 rupees, if I give you 120 rupees, then what is your answer? Come on students, make it fast. In place of 400, you please take 120 and get me the answer. Please respond. What is your answer? If cost price, if in place of 400, if your answer is, if 120 is given, then what is your answer? Come on student. I want to see how you are responding, because your response is all important for me to get the answer right. I want to get it right because I want to, students. So you said 250, man. Why 250? 250 is, that's a huge amount. Tell me, what is your answer? If the cost price is, if in place of 400, if I give you 120, then what is your answer? That is my point. Please continue. Right. Okay, fine. Come on student. Now we discuss this again. Now please look at that. Because the question depends on selling price, so let the selling price of an article is 100. If you sell for 100, you must be getting a profit of 20, isn't it? Because 20% of the selling price. An article which was sold for 100, if there is a profit of 20, then the article must have bought for 80. You understand this, my dear students? On selling an article for 100, if you get a profit of 20, the cost price is obviously 80 rupees. Common sense, man. You sold for 100, you get profit of 20, so cost price is obviously 80. Therefore, cost and selling prices will be in the ratio 4:5. How much is the cost price? Cost price is 120. Therefore, if 4 parts is 120, come on man. If 4 parts is 120, 4 into 30, 120, 5 into 30, selling price is 150. Very good students, excellent. Okay students, now one more question. Now you please answer this question. Now right, just look at the question, look at the same question, my dear students. Are you looking that? Ready? Should I give you one more example? Maybe this time you will be able to handle this question with more perfection. Right. In place of 20%, if we have 50%, tell me, how do you answer this question? By selling an article, you purchased an article for 400. But if you get a profit of 50% on selling price, then you must tell me what is your answer. Oh, good. You please answer only this question, not the previous one, my dear students. Please respond to those questions which I ask you to answer. Somebody responded. Okay, let me check it out. What about the remaining persons? Students, I am not getting answer from your side, man. What, man? I am not getting any messages. Any problem is there? Okay. Therefore, your answer is 800 rupees. Now, shall I go to the next model, my dear students? Shall I go to the next question? Yeah, please continue. Next question we discuss. Question number 29. You please solve the question. Come on student, you please solve the question. Just look at the question what is given to you. A merchant purchased an article for 1400 rupees. He sold it at a loss of 16.2/3% of selling price. Oh, 16.2/3% of selling price. Again, we have to start this question from selling price. You know that very well. We have to start this question from selling price. Yes, students. Now, please look at that. We are almost concluding stage. Students, selling, this particular question, it depends on selling price. You know that very well. So, probably you understood that we have to start this question by taking selling price. In this question, let me take the selling price as 600. You can ask me why I am taking 600. Because this is all convenience, my dear students. Whatever the amount I am taking, it is all convenience, nothing more than that. If you sell for 600 rupees, you see that you are getting a loss of 1 by 6. Therefore, there is a loss of 100. You understood the significance of taking 600? If I take 600, you get 1 by 6 because the calculation part becomes so easy. You sold for 600, but you did not get your money back, you lose 100, which I can say that the article must have bought for 700. I sold it for 600 man, but still there is a loss of 100. So, I bought it for 700. Do you require any formula? Come on man, what formula you require? Just use your common sense, no such formula. Which I mean to say that cost and selling prices are in the ratio 7:6. And when the cost price is given 1400 rupees, when the cost price is given 1400 rupees, selling price 7 into 200, 1400, 6 into 200, 1200. I hope you understand, my dear students. Get it? I think one more question may be useful. Huh? I think better we discuss one more question to make it clear. Come on, student. In place of 16 2 by 3%, come on man, if I give you 33 1 by 3%, then how do you answer this question? Go ahead. Yes, student. You please answer this question. So, just there was a little change in percentage calculation. So, basing on that percentage, you have to give me the answer. Cheppamma final evundi answer akkada. You see students, 33 1 by 3% loss. You must understand that the loss is 33 1 by 3%. The loss is 33 1 by 3%. Remember, loss percent is calculated on selling price. So, better we calculate on selling price. In this question, you understand selling price is taken as 300. You understand the purpose of taking 300 man? So, if you take 300, there is a loss of 100. Why man? 33 1 by 3% means 1 by 3. 1 by 3 of 300 is 100, you know. You sold for 300, but you did not get your money back, which means your cost price should have been 400. 400, 300, 4:3. But the purchasing price is 1400. So, if you equate 1400 for 4 parts, every one part is 350. So, this is 1050. When 4 parts is 1400, 3 parts are 1050. I believe that some calculation part, I think some students are not getting it right. Entamandi ichcharamma 1050 answer? Right, students. So, probably you did not get how to get this right. You see, 4 parts is 1400, then the question is 3 parts are how much? So, 3 into 1400 by 4. So, this is your routine, you know, this is how you get your answer. I will be telling after some time. At the moment, you please leave the question. After some time, I just make it a habit for you, okay? Just leave the question. We look at the next question. Question number 30. A bought a fan and paid 30% less than the original price. Students, this question depends on original price. So, what we do? We start with the original price. Let the original price of the article 100 rupees. Let the original price, because the question is in percentage, we can take any number. So, 100 is obviously comfortable number, therefore, I took 100 rupees. You see, A bought a fan and paid 10% less than original price. You see, my dear students, he purchased the goods for 90 rupees. You understand that? You understand how I took? Let original price be 100. When you take original price as 100, your purchasing price will be 90 because the 10% less than the original price. 10, 100 minus 10, 90. Tell me, he sold it with 30% profit on the price he had paid. How much he paid? 90 rupees. 30% of 90, 10% is 9, 30% is 27. So, 90 plus 27, 117. You understand, man? 90 plus 27, that is 117. How did I get this 30, 27? 30% of 90. Therefore, the selling price is 17% more than original price. Therefore, selling price is 17% more than original price. You please note down the question, my dear students. You please note down the question. I ask you one more question to solve. Probably after this you get more perfection. Come on, student. Note down the question. You did it. Now please you answer this question. In place of 20% less, if you have 10% less, right. In place of 10%, if there is 20%, then how do you answer this question? Go ahead. Come on, student. Go ahead. You please answer the question. A bought a fan and paid 20% less than the original price. Tell me, students. Yes, student, I will explain the question again. I give you one more example. Why should we discuss the same question? We should always look at the next question so that we will be more confident, okay? Come on, man. Somebody please answer. It is very much appreciating if somebody gets the answer right, then I can have some clear picture. In place of 20%, well done students, well done, well done. I am explaining, I will explain that. Well done, excellent, excellent. It is not 24%, man. Please come again, come again. It is not 104%. Well done, students. Yeah. Very good, very good, very good, very good. So obviously this question depends on original price. Let the original price be 100. So percentage we can take 100 is a comfortable number. And paid 20% less than the original price. Therefore cost price is 80. You understand, my dear students? 20% less than original number. 100 minus 20, 80. And what price he sold, you know? 30% profit on the price he had paid. How much he paid? 80 rupees. What is 30% of 80? 10% is 8 rupees, 30% is 24. 80 plus 24, 104, which means to say that this price is 4% more than original price. Yes, students, I hope that you are comfortable now. Yeah, many responded very well, 24%. Somebody says 104, it is not 104, my dear students, it is 4%. Because we have to see how much percent more than 100. Excellent, my dear students, excellent, excellent. Many responded very well. 29th question you are asking me to explain again. I will do that. I will do that. Yes, students, please. Now please stop sending messages. When I ask you, then you respond. Now please stop sending messages. That's very good, my dear students. I appreciate your integrity. You are responding very well. And you are responding only when I ask you to respond. This is very good. You please keep your doubts. I will be explaining that for sure, no doubt in it. We move on to the next question. Question number 31. Just look at that. Question number 31. 15 oranges are bought for 100. 15 oranges are bought for 100. How many must be sold for 100 to gain 25%? Students, in India, the biggest problem is we don't have the food processing. You see that fruit juice is so expensive, you know. Fruit juice is very expensive. When you go to any shopping complex, very big malls, fruit juice is obviously costing around 20 rupees, 30 rupees, and in sometimes it is even 50 rupees. But how much? How much a farmer is getting on one particular mango? Maybe hardly 4 rupees or 5 rupees, not more than that. But with the same 4 rupees, 5 rupees mango, if you process properly, you can sell it for about 30, 40 rupees. The processing is not happening. That is the biggest challenge the farmers in India are getting. Many governments are coming and going, but nobody took this as a proper initiative. Food processing will help you to double or even triple the profits farmers are making. So 15 oranges are bought for 100. Yes, obviously a farmer don't get more than that amount. But the same 15 oranges, when you go to any shopping complex or something, they sell for around 300 to 400 rupees. You understand that? If you process and if you make orange juice, that will be costing you huge. So anyway, now students, 15 oranges are bought for 100 rupees. How many must be sold for 100 to gain 25%? How many must be sold for the same 100? If you, students, I bought 15 oranges. If I sell the same 15 oranges, I will be getting no profit, no loss. But if I have to get some profit, I should not sell 15, I must sell less than 15. So students, whenever this kind of question is given, unitary method will help you to understand the question properly. What is 15? That is the cost price. 15 is the cost price, 100%. If you want to get a profit of 25%, how many must be sold? What about 15, man? 15 is nothing but cost price. If you want to get a profit of 25%, how many must be sold? Forget about 100 rupees, just get the question in percentage. Students, first of all, you please explain me whether you will be selling less than 15 or more than 15? Less than 15. Because I only bought 15, why should I give all the 15? I won't be left with anything. So if I have to get any profit, I must sell less than 15. So I must reduce the value of 15. To reduce, what you know in unitary method? Less by more. To reduce, less by more. What is less? 100 is less, 125 is more. Unitary method, my dear students, you remember unitary method? 3 into 4, that is 12. If you want to get some profit, you should not give all the 15 oranges. If you give all the 15 oranges, you will be left, you won't be left with anything. If you want to get any profit, you should give only 12 oranges. I believe one more question will help you to understand this right. Okay? Come on, student. I give you one more example. Just look at that. In place of 25%, let there be 50%. Respond. Come on, student, please respond. I am waiting for your answer. In place of 25%, if it is 50%, 15 oranges are bought for 100 rupees. How many must be sold? How many must be sold? Screen is not clear. No, student, from my side there is no problem. You please look at your network. Please answer this question, my dear students. I am waiting for your answer. Somebody says 10. 10, 10, 10. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Congratulations, my dear students. You responded very well. You responded very well. Yeah. Well done, well done, well done. Because you bought only 15 oranges. So remember my dear students, those 15 oranges should be treated as your cost price. So 100% is 15. If you want to get a profit of 50%, obviously you should not sell 15, but you must sell less than 15. You understand, less than 15? If you give 15, then what you will be left, man? You won't be left with anything. You must be selling less than 15. So you have to reduce 15. To reduce, what is the formula? Less by more. Therefore, less, come on, buy more. Congratulations students, you responded so well. Therefore, I appreciate you. Your answer is 10. Well done students. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Very good my dear students, very good my dear students. Therefore, I think it is better we discuss in one more question, maybe useful for you to get it right. Come on student. In place of 25% gain, come on student. Should I give you one interesting point? If you are losing 25%, if you want to lose 25%, oh, I think that is not your shop. Your friend must be asked you to sit in the shop. You are doing a wonderful business. He bought 15 oranges for 100 rupees. You are prepared to lose 25%. Then tell me how many oranges you give? For the same 100 rupees, how many oranges you give? Yeah, very good, very good. Come on, man. Somebody responded. How many oranges you give? First of all, you must make sure that you will be giving more than 15. Because 15 only you bought. But you are very interested to lose because that is not your shop. Probably you will be giving more than 15. Students, in this corona pandemic, nobody is handling currency with confidence. Currency transaction seems to be so dangerous. So people are obviously giving 100 rupees and just taking the goods. So 100 rupees and 200 only, they are doing business in round figures like 100 and 200. So if you just look at that, he bought 15 oranges. So remember, 15 oranges should be taken as 100%. And if you want to lose 25%, so you want to get only 75% of what is invested, then better you sell more oranges, man. Therefore, 15 value should be increased. Increased means more by less. 100 is more, 75 is less. Therefore, 100 by 5, that is 20. Congratulations students. I really appreciate you because you almost everybody responded very well. 20 is correct answer. Yes students, very good, very good, very good. Very good students, so please stop sending the messages. Please stop sending the messages. You send the message whenever I ask you to do so. Then only I can understand how you are following. Student, if you are losing, therefore you must be selling more goods, man. If you are losing means you are selling more goods, nothing. There is no confusion at all. Yeah, 20 is correct. Please stop sending messages. Now we discuss one more question. This time you get more clarity. By selling toffees for 20, for 30 rupees, you took 30 and sell 20. What you observe? A man loses 4%. Therefore, this particular 20 toffees should be treated as 96%. You know why? Because by selling like that, he is losing 4%. Okay? But how many must be sold for 30 to gain 20%? What, man? First you told 20. Then your fathers immediately came and scolded you, said that we will be losing 4%. Then how you are selling 20? Okay, you understand that. So by selling 20, you are losing. If you want to get profit, you will be selling more toffees. It is your father's shop, man. It is not your uncle's shop. Then how many you must be selling? Definitely less than 20. So 20 value should be reduced. To reduce 20, less by more. 96 by 120. 20 cancels for 6 times. 96 by 6, 16. I hope you understand, my dear students. You please note down the question, man. Note down the question. Probably one more question will help you to understand this question properly. Right. Please don't respond, students. When I don't ask you, please don't respond. Yeah. Therefore, your answer is 16. Oh, you said answer. Okay, good. So, let me make some changes in this question and again ask you. Yesterday paper explain cheyandi. Yeah, we will be doing that, man. Definitely, we will be discussing. Right, students. Now, please answer one more question in the same way. If my question to you, by interface at 20 loses 4%. Gain in place of 20%, my dear students, if I give you 60%, then how do you answer? 1 minute, my dear students. In place of 20%, you do one thing. We have to cancel. Alright. We take 50%. You please answer. If you wish to get a profit of 50%, then you tell me how many you must sell. Come on, student. I am waiting for your answer. Forget about 30 rupees, man. Forget about 30 rupees. You focus only on number. Forget about 30 rupees. First, you see how many you sold. You sold, how many you sold? You sold 20. What happened? On selling 20, you observed that you lose 4%, which means to say that you recovered only 96% of your investment. But if you wish to get a profit of 50%, then how many must be sold? Definitely less than 20. Less than 20 means less by more. I think you get in fraction. You get in fraction, students, no problem. But I just want to skip this question. I will move on to the next model. And we discuss this question again when the time comes. We discuss this question once again. Okay? Just leave this question. We move on to next model. Question number 33. Goods be purchased for 450 rupees. Goods be purchased for 450 rupees. And 1/3 be sold at a loss of 10%. Come on, student. What is the worth of the goods? 450. What is your wish? You want to get a profit of 20% on the whole transaction. Tell me how much is 20% of 450? 450 plus 90. That is, you are expecting to get 540, right? What is 450? That is the worth of the goods. What is your wish? You want to get a profit of 20%. Then tell me how much amount you wish to get. You wish to get 540. You understand what I am telling you? Students, usually what actually happens in the business, a simple vendor gets the fruits from the wholesale market. He purchased the goods of 450 rupees. He want to make 90 rupee profit. So, he want to get 540 rupee at the end. But do you think that he can sell fruits absolutely similar all the day? May not be. Usually in the peak times in the sense evening times, he sells the fruits at the higher price. Early in the morning, price is higher, but in between obviously price is not higher. You see, a fruit vendor cannot sell the fruits uniformly throughout the day because it all depends on different situations. You understand that? Tell me, he expecting to get 540, but what happened, in this transaction, 1/3. What is 150, man? 1/3. 1/3 of 450. 1/3 stock was sold at a loss of 10%. One third stock was sold at a loss of 10%. You understand what is that? 10%. 150, how do you get? One third. 15, how do you get? 10%. Tell me, already you got 135. Tell me how much more you are expecting? You are expecting another 405 rupees. Your target is to make 540. Somehow you could able to get 135. How much still you have to get? You have to get another 405. Tell me what is the stock remaining? 300, because 150 was already sold. So 300 stock is sold for 105, which means you have to get a profit of 105. So the remaining stock must be sold for 30. Please note down the question, my dear students. I understand that maybe one more example will help you to understand the question properly. Note down this question first. Note down. Did you note it down, man? Right. Now one more question. Yeah. You are expecting me to answer, explain me once again? No problem. Yes, I will be doing that. Why should we discuss the same question, man? We discuss one more question. One another example may be useful for you to understand. In place of 450, if 300 is given, tell me how do you answer? Tell me how do you answer? Tell me, students. In place of 450, 105, how do we get 105? No, yeah, I will be explaining that. I will explain, students. How do we get that 105? I will explain that. 33 question. Yeah, I'm explaining. No, I'm explaining with a different example. One more example will help you to understand the question properly. Come on, student, you tell me. So, in place of 450, if 300 is given, how do we answer this? So, yes, we have a stock of 300. Tell me what is the total profit you are expecting? You are expecting 20%. 300 plus 60, that is 360. You understand how I get 60 rupees? 20% of 300. 20% on the transaction. You understand? I bought goods of 300 and I wish to sell the goods for 360. That is my wish. But actually I could not able to sell like that. How it happened? One third of 300 was sold at a loss of 10%. 100 rupees stock was sold for 90 only, it was sold for loss. Somehow you subtract 90. Tell me how much more amount you are expecting? 270. Target is 360, 90 was already obtained, another 270 rupees is still to be get. Tell me how much stock is remaining? 200 stock is remaining and should be sold for 270. So 70 rupee profit should be made. 200 rupees. So in percentage that comes around 35%. I think better we discuss one more question, my dear students. Maybe this time you get even more clarity. Students, are you okay? Shall we discuss one more question, man? Oh, thank you, students. Thank you for your wishes. Shall we discuss one more question of the same model? Maybe this time it help you to understand the question more clearly. Come on, student. Take the same question, just look at the question. Are you clear? Shall I give you one more question? In place of 20%, if I give you 40%, then how do you solve the question? Go ahead. In place of 20%, if I give you 40%, then how do you solve the question? Go ahead, go ahead. Come on, student. Thank you guys for your wishes. Thank you. Your response is all important for me. Yeah, please go ahead. Why 20%? Yeah, I explain you, my dear students. I explain you. In place of 20%, I gave you 40%. If this is the case, then how do you answer this question? Tell me, students. Once again, goods worth 450 rupees, you are expecting a total profit of 40%. Tell me how much is 40%? 10% 45. 45, 45, 90. 90, 90, 180. 45 plus 180. Tell me how much it comes? 630. What happened? 1/3. What is 150? 1/3. 1/3. 1/3 of 150 is 150 rupees. It was sold at a loss of 15 rupees because 10%. How much you get back? You get 135. Tell me how much amount still you have to get, man? You have to get 495. What is the stock remaining? 300, because 150 was already sold. 300 stock is supposed to be sold for 495. That means 195 profit. Whatever the loss that was made, he is going to make up in the remaining portion. You understand, my dear students? The shopkeeper never loses even a single pice, because initially he lost on some goods. He will make up on the remaining goods. That is, I believe that business people are much better in understanding quantitative aptitude, because they do the business even if they don't attend for any class. Okay? You please understand, my dear students. And one more question. Yeah, just look at that. By selling 66 meters of cloth, a merchant gains cost price of 22 meters. Just look at that. Cost price of 88 meters is equal to selling price of 66 meters. Just look at that, my dear students, whether the given question is same or not. Whether the given question is same or not. Tell me, students. I took the question in my convenience. At my convenience, I took the question at my convenience, because the question is different, but I took the question at my convenience. Just I want to see that whether that works or not. How many I bought? I bought 88 meters. Fine. How many I sold? I sold 66 meters. I bought 88, but by selling 66 meters, I get my money back. I bought 88, man, but by selling 66 meters, I get my money back. The remaining 22 meters are my profit only. Okay? The remaining 22 meters are my profit only. 88 and 66. Come on, students, they are in the ratio 4:3, and hence cost and selling prices will be in the ratio 3:4. So cost price is 3 rupees, selling price is 4 rupees. Therefore, profit. What is the profit? 1 rupee. What is the profit percent? 1/3 into 100. Therefore, your answer is 33 1/3%. Your answer is 33 1/3%. Students, are you comfortable, man? I think you are very much comfortable with this. No problem. When this situation comes, we discuss this question again. Now, question number 36. By selling 50 bananas, please write down some note, my dear students. If in both the cases you are giving 50 bananas, selling 50 bananas, you gain the selling price of 10 bananas. In this question, please write down some notes. Profit is given by 10 by 50 minus 10 into 100. I explain you later. You please write down. When selling price is given in both the cases, you must handle this question like this. For meanwhile, you please note down the question. So, when the time comes, I will be giving you some live example. At this juncture, you please note down. Okay, students, we please do not send any messages unless I ask you to do so. We move on to the next model, my dear students. Look at that. A merchant mixes two varieties of sugar 5 kg and 3 kg. Students, for your information, you see so many people doing business, some petty businesses. Do you think they know all this mathematics? No, without even mathematics, they can easily handle this question. What do you think? Just look at that. One quantity is 5 kg, which cost him 4 rupees. Therefore, what is the price of 5 kgs? 5 kgs costing 4 rupees, that makes him 20 rupees. The remaining quantity is 3 kg, that cost him 6 rupees, that is 18 rupees. Tell me what is the total amount he spent? 38. Tell me what is the total quantity he could? 8 kg. First quantity 4 rupees, second quantity 6 rupees. That he put around 38 rupees for making around 8 kg. Therefore, for every 1 kg, how much it cost, you know? How many times? 4 times. 3 by 4. So, 4 3 by 4 means 4 rupees 75 pies. Simple business. This is a very simple mode of business. Everybody does. There is no confusion, man. Probably one more example will help you to understand this question right. We should not depend on one question, student. First question, we should get some clarity. Second question, we get the confidence. Come on, student. Please answer this question. Go ahead, man. Now you respond. Could you please tell us what question, man? What question you want me to explain? Please respond. Respond this question, students. Yeah. Students, my voice is actually not cutting, and every time I'm looking at the messages you are sending, because I have to see how you are responding. My class depends on the response you are giving. Yeah, fine, no problem. Just look at that. A merchant mixes two varieties of rice. One rice is costing you 6 rupees a kg. Sorry, 10 rupees a kg. One rice, what is the quantity of the first 6 kg at the rate of 10 rupees? That comes around 60 rupees. Another quantity 4 kg at the rate of 6 rupees, that is 24. Tell me, students, how much you put? 84 kg. How many kgs you made? You made about 10 kg. So, you put around 84 rupees. Therefore, the price of each kg is 8 rupee 40 pies. Therefore, the price of each kg is 8 rupee 40 pies. I believe that, yeah, 8 rupee 40 pies. Many students, yeah, very good students. So, yes, your response is very much appreciating. Well done, students. So, yes, this is all about the basics of profit and loss, right? And we go on to the next question. Very few questions are left, my dear students. With this, we are going to conclude. how many kgs of freely available sand? Freely available sand, oh my God, in Andhra Pradesh sand is not available freely. It is much expensive than the routine commodities. Earlier days, people used to mix sand in which? Wheat. In wheat, they are mixing sand and then you are selling. Tell me how many kgs of freely available sand must be added to 30 kgs of wheat worth 20 rupees per kg. Tell me students, what is the worth of the wheat? 20 rupees per kg. But at what rate the shopkeeper is selling? 16 rupee 50 paise. Oh my God. I bought for 20, I am selling you for 16 rupee 50 paise. I know that all the people will make a big queue before my shop. Because people are crazy. They don't just bother how he is able to sell, but they think that they are getting it for free. So this is how business people exploit common man. But anyway, this is very interesting. Come on student. How many kgs of freely available sand? Just look at that. Let how many kgs? Let it be x kgs. Because this is freely available sand, therefore the price is 0. How many? In place of how many, let me take x kg. Because the price is 0. Must be added to 30 kg of wheat. How much it is cost? It cost you 20 rupees. This is the mixer you make. X into 0, x kgs at the rate of 0 plus 30 kg at the rate of 20. You are selling for 16 rupee 50 paise. You understand students? This is the cost price, this is the selling price. Are you getting any profit? Yes, you are getting profit. How much profit you are getting? 10%. Profit is calculated only on cost price. I am very sure that you did not get the question right. Tell me what you did. X kgs of wheat at the rate of 0 rupees, because that is freely available sand, is added to 30 kg of wheat at the rate of 20 rupees. You understand this step, my dear students? Let the sand be x kgs, because it is freely available, let it be 0. Tell me, remember, this is the cost price of the mixer, this is the price of the mixer. Both are same, or you make any profit, you make a profit of 10%. Profit is always calculated on cost price. No problem student. We answer 1 or 2 questions, then you will be getting clarity. This is anyway 0. 30 into 20, 600. 600 into 110 by 100 is equal to x plus 30 into 16 and half, that is 33 by 2. Solve it. 0, 0. 11 10 times, 11 3 times, 3 2 times. You take the 2 over here, 20 into 2 40. X plus 30 is equal to 40. Therefore, x is equal to 10. I am very sure that you are unable to get the question right. I understand we need to discuss 2 to 3 questions. Students, are you, is that any problem? My voice is not okay to you? Let me check it out. We discuss this question once again, my dear students. One more question will help you to understand it properly. Come on student, one more question. How many kgs of sand must be added? How many kgs of sand must be added In place of how many you please take x? X into 0 because sand cost is 0 plus 20 kg of wheat at 12 rupees per kg. You understand, my dear students? What I did? I bought 20 kg of wheat at the rate of 12 rupees. To that I added x kg of sand at the rate of 0. Tell me how many kgs you made, x plus 20. What is the price you are selling? 10 rupees. This is the cost price of the mixer. This is the selling price. Can I equate? You can, but getting any profit? Yes, 20%. Profit should always be calculated on cost price. You please note down this, student. You please note down this question. Maybe one or two questions will help you to understand it properly, no doubt in it. This is anyway 0, 20 into 12, 240, 240 into 120 by 100 is equal to x plus 20 into 10. Cancel 0, 0, 0, 0. Cancel everything. 24 into 12 by 2. Come on, student. 24 into 12, 288. 288 by 10, 28.8 is equal to x plus 20. Therefore, x is equal to 8.8 kg. 8.8 is not given. So, fifth option. No problem, students. I understand that this question is not easy for you. I understand. Therefore, we discuss 2 to 3 questions. Okay, students. We discuss another 2 to 3 questions to get it clear. Come on, student. Please, one more question. Come on, student. We discuss one more question. How many liters of milk costing 35 rupees a liter? How many liters of? In place of how many you please take x liters? Come on, student. How many liters of milk costing 35 rupees a liter should be added to 20 liters of water? Bane unda? Students, voice problem somebody raised it. This is not from my side. This is not from my side, my dear students. You please check it out. Voice is okay. Yeah. So, one more question will help you to understand this question properly. How many liters of milk costing 35 rupees? X into 35, that is the milk you are purchasing. You are adding 20 liters of water at the rate of 0. Tell me what is the quantity you obtained, x plus 20. At what rate you are selling? 33 rupees. You are getting any profit? Yes. You please solve the question, you get your answer. Don't confuse, my dear students. So, we can answer these kind of questions many, no problem. No issue. If you don't find, if you still under confusion, we can discuss this question again. Maybe 1 or 2 times will help you to understand this. Not very big issue. This is anyway 0. This is x into 35. X into 35 into 110 by 100. That is 0, 0 cancel. 11 by 10 is equal to x plus 20 into 33. Cancel, students. 3 times. 3, 7 times. 5 2 times. You cancel, you get your answer. You solve the question. So, 14x is equal to that is. So, calculation part you can do it later. Okay. So, with this we come to an end of our profit and loss. Students, I try to give you maximum information as far as profit and loss is concerned. But I also need to consider that you are all just completed your intermediate. So, every time I have to come to your standard, then I have to take some classes accordingly. So, there is some difficulty, yes, I can understand that. In handling the question, there is some difficulty. So, I just wanted to go in the right direction. First simple questions, after that there is some complicated questions like that. But because many of you have just completed your intermediate, maybe you may not be able to understand some concepts quickly. No problem. We can overcome all the difficulty in due. No problem. Everything will be cleared. So, we take a break for 5 minutes, students, and we come back. Then we discuss yesterday's paper. So, actually we have 60 questions, we cannot discuss all the 60 questions because the time never permits us. So, we discuss some of the complicated questions which you might have felt. So, on discussing we can again and again we can discuss the topic that makes you more perfect. But remember, we are all in the beginning, so many things, more practice, more confusion, you get even more questions we will be discussing in coming days. Thank you, students. Now, could you listen to me? Yeah, please. A producer of tea blends two varieties of tea from two tea gardens, one costing 18 rupees per kg, another 20 rupees per kg in the ratio of 5:3. Is blending in the ratio of 5:3, which means to say that first quantity, let us assume 5 kg at the rate of 18 rupees, 5 into 18, that is 90 rupees. Another quantity 3 kg, and this is at the rate of 20 rupee per kg, that is 60. So, 90 plus 60, 150. This is the total amount is put, and you remember he make 8 kg. So, 5:3 we can take it as 5 kg, 3 kg, not an issue, my dear students. So, tell me what is the cost price? Cost price is 150 rupees and price is 8 kg for 21 rupees per kg. 8 into 21, 168 rupees. 5 into 3, that is 8 into 6, 168 rupees. Come on, student. So, 150 rupees was sold for 168 rupees. So, how much profit he made? He made a profit of 18 rupees. Profit percent, you are asked to find profit percent means profit by cost price into 100, that is 12%. Students, it is difficult to explain all that questions, my dear students, because 60 questions if I have to explain you, that only takes about 2 hours of time, which I can tell you that the class will not come, we cannot continue the class if I explain all questions. But I see that maximum number of questions I could able to explain, okay. Right. Now, we move on to the next question. Now, just look at that. A retailer buys 40 pence at the market price of 36 pence. 36 pence from a wholesaler. If he sells these pens giving a discount of 1%, what is the profit percent? Students, actually what happens now, the thing is, there is a manufacturer. A manufacturer makes the goods. Manufacturer sells the goods to stockist. There is a stockist. I think you understand what I mean by saying stockist. Stockist means he is the one who keeps the stock. Stockist sells the goods to wholesaler, and wholesaler sells the goods to retailer. Then retailer sells the goods to customer. This is the chain. Manufacturer to stockist, stockist to wholesaler, wholesaler to retailer, then the retailer to stockist. This is the process of selling the goods. But students, actually from the manufacturer to stockist, they get some profit. Stockist gets some profit, wholesaler gets some profit, retailer gets some profit. Then when it comes to customer, that becomes a huge difference. Manufacturer, if he makes for 100, when it comes to shopkeeper, I mean the retailer, that cost him or 200 rupees, almost double the price. So, if I have to get the goods straight away from customer by just removing all the mediators, you can do that. So, that can be done through online. Through online, what happens, you can eliminate stockist, wholesaler and retailer straight away, and the manufacturer can straight away send to retailer through any online website. So that is the reason why Amazon, Flipkart, all this becomes a super success. So there is a chance of eliminating the mediators. So by the way, the price will come down. So usually this is how the business happens. In this question, if you can say a retailer buys 40 pence at the market price of 36 pence, let the market price of the goods be 100 rupees. I hope you understand, my dear students. Tell me how many he bought? 36. He paid 36 but get 40 pence. Tell me how much amount he paid? He paid 36 into 100, that is 3600. You understand, my dear students? You understand? Because he paid for 36 pence. But he got 40 pence. And at what rate he is selling? Of 1%. 40 into 99. Students, how much is 40 into 99? 40 into 1000 means 4000. If you subtract 400, 3060. You understand how I did? How I did, man? Let the market price be 100. How many items I get? 40. But how many items I paid for? Only for 36. 36 I paid for at the rate of 100, 3600. But I got 40. I give a discount of 1%. That means I sell for 99. So 3600 is the cost for me, is the selling price for me. So the difference is 360. That is the profit. So profit percent is given by the formula 10%. You please note down this question, my dear students, because paper explanation, if I go at a slow pace, I may not be able to complete questions. Please understand. 60 questions, it is difficult to explain, my dear student. If I have to do that, I will be spending 2 to 3 hours only for one paper. It's difficult. Okay, but I will try to answer almost many of the questions. Now please look at the next one. Question number 3. A retailer buys goods at 10% discount on market price and sells them 20% higher than the market price. Students, you understand this question already we just handled in the morning. So this particular question depends on market price. Let the market price of the goods be 100. Tell me, a retailer buys goods at the rate of 10% discount. 100 minus 10 is 90. You understand 90? How did I get it? 10% discount. 10% discount on the market price. And sells them 20% higher than market price. 20% higher. Plus 20, 120. 100 plus 20, 120. 20% higher than the market price. 10% less than the market price. 20% more than the market price. What is the profit? 30. So profit percent is given by the formula profit by cost price into 100. Therefore, your answer is 33, 1 by 3%. Okay, students? Students, please don't send the messages because I could not see your messages. Please send the messages when I ask you to do so. You please understand many questions need to be explained. There are time restrictions are there and everything. You please understand that. We discuss one more question. Next question. Question number 4. A retailer purchased radio sets at the rate of 400 each from the wholesaler. He raised the price by 30% and then allowed a discount of 8% on each set. Then what is this profit? Students, the problem is in percentage, no? The problem is in percentage, no? When the problem is in percentage, So you need not consider 100, you can simply consider the value as 100. You need not consider 400 because anyway the problem is in percentage only. Whatever the number you take, you get the same. Tell me, raised the price by 30%. Tell me students, raised the price by 30%. Therefore, what was the price raised? 130. This is what we call is market price. And allowed a discount of 8%. Tell me student, how much is 8% of 130? What is 8% of 130? Can you calculate 8% of 130, man? How do you calculate? 8% of 130. If you are not very confident of percentages, you can also do it like this. That is 8 into 13, that is 104. 104 by 10, that is 10.4. So you can subtract 10.4 from this. Therefore, how much you left? 119.6. This is selling price. Therefore, there is a profit of 19.6%. Because this is in percentage, because the problem is in percentage, so we need not consider 400. We can take any number. Even if you take 400, you get the same percentage. Okay? One more question. Question number 5. Students, I think I need not explain you this question. When selling price of two articles is same, profit and loss percent are also same, there is always loss in the transaction. The net loss percent is equal to, tell me students, what is the net loss percent? Profit percentage loss percent by 100. Now students, now your confusions. So far we discussed up to question number 5. You please tell me what question I need to explain in these 5 questions. Tell me students, what question you want me to explain again? We have completed 5 questions in yesterday's paper. Now your options are open. You please respond quickly. What question you want me to explain again? In these 5 questions, what question you want me to explain? If no question, then I move on to the next one. Come on please. What question you want me to explain in these 5 questions? Which question, man? Question number 1. Somebody says nothing, but somebody says question number 1 and yeah, many of you said question number 1. Somebody says continue also. Okay, no problem. Then I do one thing. Let me complete 5 more questions, then again come back to you. Okay? Come on student. Question number 6. A sells a suitcase to B at a profit of 10%. Students, you remember man? You remember man? A is selling to B. A is selling to B. B is selling to C. And C's price is given 2860. Then the question is A. So whenever you have to get back, what I told you, you have to take the value of A as X. Come on. A sells B at a profit of 10% and B sells to C at a profit of 30%, and then the price becomes 2860. Then you have to get the value of X. I think there is no confusion, you can easily get it. You please cancel 0, 0 man. So 11, 22 2 times, 66 6 times, 260. 13 260 20 times, 20 into 100 2000. Therefore, A's value is 2000. What is the logic? Whenever we have to get back, we have to take the value as X. Okay man? One more question. Question number 7. Similar one. See, yesterday only we discussed this question student. I don't want to waste your time. Yeah. Question number 8, just look at that. In question number 8, look at the question, my dear students. A sells an article to be making a profit of 1 by 5 of his outlay. 1 by 5, 1 by 5 percentage, that can be taken as 20%. 1 by 5 is 20%. B sells it to C gaining 20%. If C sells it for 600 and incurs a loss of 1 by 6 of his outlay, what is the cost price? Come on, student. A selling to B and B selling to C. Come on, students. Once again, you have to consider X because we are getting back. Tell me, A selling an article to B, which means is getting a profit of 20%, that is to B. What B is doing? B again selling to C with a profit of 20%. Then tell me what is the price he bought for? At what price B bought for? C sells for 600 but loses 100, that means 700. I think you understand, my dear students. 600 plus 100. Students, I will get back to this question again. We move on to the next question. Come on, just look at that. Look at the question. A shopkeeper bought 120 chairs at the rate of 250 rupees. 120 chairs at the rate of 250 rupees. 150 into 12, 120, 250 into 120. Tell me, students, how much it cost you? 30,000 rupees. That is the total amount cost. And spent 3,000 rupees on transportation. Therefore, his total cost becomes 33,000 rupees. I think this is absolutely common sense, man. I believe that you can easily handle this question without any confusion. That is not a very big issue. Come on. And how rate is marking for 400 and giving a discount of 360 rupees. How many chairs? 360 into 120. 360 36,000 plus 7,000. 20 times 7,200. That comes around 43,200. This is the cost price. This is the selling price. You can calculate the profit percent. No confusion, students. Everything under control. A common businessman can handle this question. This is not a very big issue. You can easily handle this. But students, if you want me to explain you in a different direction, I can do that. Should I? Should I tell you in a different direction? Come on. I tell you, because the problem is in percentage, we can discuss the same question in a different direction. Tell me, what is the transportation cost? 3,000. For how many chairs, man? For 120 chairs. Tell me how much you spent in the name of transportation. How much you spent? You spent 25 rupees in the name of transportation. Am I clear to you? You spent 3,000 rupees on transporting 120 chairs, which I can tell you that you have spent 25 rupees on each chair. Therefore, the total cost of a chair including the transportation is 275. This is the cost price. 160. This is the selling price. Understand that? Marked for 400 and gives a discount of 10%. Therefore, tell me what is your profit? Your profit is 85. So, profit percent is 85 by 275 into 100. This is much easier way of handling the question. What, man? Because you want to get in percentage, so when you want to get in percentage, you need not consider the total value. Each cost price and each selling price is enough. Okay. We discuss one more question. Question number 10. A shopkeeper bought some eggs at the rate of 16 rupees per dozen. Due to mishandling, 205 of the eggs bought were broken during the transportation. At what rate per dozen should he sell the remaining so as to gain 20% on this total transaction? Students, the question is so simple, man. The question is so simple. How many he bought? How many, man? How many he bought? He bought 16. He bought 16 rupees per dozen. And because of the mishandling, how many eggs were broken? 200 eggs were broken because of transportation, in the process of transportation. At what rate per dozen should he sell the remaining eggs so as to gain 30% on the whole transaction? Students, actually this kind of question we need to have how many eggs is having initially. Unfortunately, we don't know how many eggs he purchased. Therefore, we cannot handle this question, so we have to leave this. Question number 11. A merchant professes to sell goods at the loss of 5%, but uses 900 grams per every 1 kg. Tell me, students, if I were the merchant, I am purchasing 1000 grams and let it be for 100 rupees. Okay, student? Now tell me, how many I am giving to the customer? I am giving only 900 grams to the customer, but I am selling for 95 rupees. You understand that? Because I am selling at a loss of 5%. But giving him only 900 rupees means I am giving him 90 rupee price. When 1000 grams is 100 rupees, 900 grams is 90 rupees. So, for 90 rupees worth of stock, I am getting 95 rupees. So, a profit of 5 rupees is obtained. So, this is the profit percent. 50 by 9, that is 5 by 9%. Student, I think I am going at a quicker pace because I have to complete many questions. Please bear with me. You please note down, and when there is a confusion, we discuss again. You please note down. First you note down all the questions. When the time permits, we get back to that again. Students, I think there is nothing I can explain this question. You know that very well. You can handle this question. Yeah. This one also we discussed yesterday. Student, you remember this question we discussed yesterday, no? Once again, I will just come back to you. Tell me how we handle this question, man. How we handle this question? First, when 10 liters, when milk is sold for 5 rupees a liter, he loses 200. But if he sells at 6 rupees a liter, he gains 150. So, plus 150 minus of minus 200. Tell me how much profit he gets? 350 rupees. I think you understand this. 350 rupees. Find the number of liters in a cask. But initially it was sold for 5 rupees, then it is sold for 6 rupees. Difference is 1 rupee. So, there must be 350 liters. But each cask is having 10 casks, therefore 10 into 35, 350 liters. Therefore, each cask can hold about 35 liters. Okay? You please note down. I just come back after completing some questions. A pair of articles was bought for 37 rupee 40 paise at a discount of 15%. What must be the market price of each of the article? Come on, student, if you can reduce that, you will get your answer. Come on, student, you understand how to answer this question? Just look at that. If you want to answer this question, we can handle this in a different way. Tell me 37 rupee 40 paise is the price of a pair. A pair means 2, which mean to say that the price of each article, now it stands for 19 rupees. Come on, student, I mean 18 rupees 70 pice. You understand? What is 18 rupees 70 pice? The price of each article. Remember, that is 85% of the original price. How do you know? Because 15% discount was given. You have to tell what is the market price. Student, regarding paper explanation, I cannot slow down the explanation paper because I may not be able to complete. So, please bear with me. Once I complete, then again I get back to you. Okay? You please note down. You please note down. Next question. Question number 16. Students, I think you can do this. Question number 17. Yes, student, now just come. Just now only we discuss. We come back to that question again. What is the worth of the stock he bought? He bought 400 rupees worth of the stock and is expecting to gain 20% on the whole transaction. 20% of 400 is 80. That means he is expecting 480 rupees. Hope you understand what I mean. But what happened, you know, half of the stock, 200 stock was sold at a gain of 5%. You understand, student? Gain of 5%. 5% of 200 is 10 rupees. 200 stock is sold for 210. Then what you have to do? Again you have to get another 270. From 480 you subtract 210, still you have to get 270. Tell me how much stock is remaining? 200. This 200 stock should be sold for 270. 70 comes around. Yeah, student, this question already we discussed, this model already we discussed right now. Okay. Student, please bear with me because if I don't go at the pace, probably I may not be able to complete even 50% of the questions. This one you can do it because already this kind of questions we discuss many. This one you can easily do it. Student, I think you can do it now. Selling price is same, profit and loss percent are also same. Okay, you are asked to find the loss altogether. Yeah, we can do it. We can do it. Tell me, students, what is the selling price of each pipe? 12 rupee and 12 rupee. What is the profit? One is 20%, another is 20% loss. What I told you, my dear students, when profit and loss percent are same, there is always loss. Net loss percent is equal to 20 into 20 by 100, that is 4%. But you are not asked to calculate loss percent, but you are asked to calculate loss. Then how to handle the remaining portion? What was the total money you obtained in both the articles? But after selling, because there is a loss of 4%. So 90, how many rupees? That is 1 rupee. Okay, student? I hope there is no confusion. You understand why 96%? Because there is a loss of 4% on the whole. Next. 21, you can do it. 22, yeah. Now these questions are very simple, man. Yeah. This one is simple. Students, can you answer this question, man? Apples are bought 20 for 11 rupees. Apples are bought 20 for 11 rupees, which means the cost price of each apple is 11 by 20 and sold 6 for 3 rupees 63 pice. That means selling price of each was this. This is the cost price and this is the selling price. You understand that? 363 by 600, 2 decimals and 2 zeros. So 3 cancels for 91, 3 cancels for 200. This is the selling price, this is the cost price. Then you can calculate the gain percent, gain or loss percent. 25. Oh yeah, just look at that, my dear students. So this kind of question I told you how to handle this one. Let the cost price of the goods be 100. Let the cost price of goods be 100. Come on student, what profit you are expecting? What profit you are expecting? You are expecting a profit of 12%, which means you have to sell the article for 112. Are you willing to give any discount? Yes. If you want to give a discount of 20%, you must mark the article more than 112. So let it be X rupees. So 80% you recover, that is 112. How many times? 130. Come on student. So 14 times. Therefore 140, which means your market price must be 40% more than cost price. Please note on the question student, and yesterday also we discussed this question. If you want, you can check it out once again. But paper explanation, please understand, I cannot come down, otherwise I cannot complete even 50% of the paper. Yes student, you can do it. Student, you remember selling, both the cases selling only. When I said in both the cases if there is a selling, what is the point I made? If both the cases selling, 3 by, you remember, 15 minus 3 into 100. Selling price, he lost selling price, not the gain. Therefore, 3 by 15 plus 3 into 100, because selling. Therefore, your answer is 3 by 18 into 100. Okay, if you want me to explain this question, I can give you some clear idea. Just look at that. How many sold? You sold 15 mangoes. Let the selling price of each mango, let the selling price of each mango be 1 rupee. You can take some example, my dear students. Why to depend on me? You can take some example. So let the selling price of each mango be 1 rupee. How many mangoes you sold? You sold 15 mangoes. How much amount you get? 15 rupees you get by selling 15. You get any profit or loss? You lost the selling price of 3 mangoes. Therefore, what is the selling price of 3 mangoes? 3 rupees. This is the loss. So tell me students, how much you get? 15. You get your profit? No, you lose 3 rupees. Therefore, cost price is 18 rupees. For equal to make the correction, my dear students. I am sorry for that. You please make the correction. Let me complete at least 50% of the questions. Student, you remember gain. In both the cases, gain is only given. You can do that. What is the formula, student? You just come down. Today only we discuss this question now. What is the formula? When gain is given, the profit is given by 8 by 22 minus 8 into 100. When gain is given in both the cases, 18 by 14 into 100. Because this is gain. Okay, carry on. Next question. Come on student. Gain 5 by 25 minus 5 into 100. I think there is no confusion, my dear students. Just look at that. By selling 40 mangoes, 45 mangoes for 40 rupees. A man loses 20%. How many should he sell for 24 to gain 20%? Come on, student. How many is sold? 45. 45. So, when 45 was sold, what do you observe? He loses 20%, means he gets 80%. But if you want to gain 20%, let us see how many should be sold. Tell me, student, whether more or less. Obviously less. Less means less by more. 2 times, 3 times. 3 cancels for 15, that is 30. So, you must sell 30, but for how many rupees? For 40 rupees. For 24, 18. I am sorry, students, I know that you must be having some doubts with you. Right. No problem. Sorry, students, time is already up. As I told you that paper explanation, I cannot slow down because we have to explain many questions, but still the time is up. So, with this, we come to an end of our profit and loss. I am giving you very serious caution, my dear students. This is not all over. Do practice, you get many doubts. After some time, we get back this topic again. Because if I teach this topic for many days, you get bored. You do practice. Okay? Next week, we will be discussing reasoning. So, that is relatively easy, and after that, we again get back to this topic. Okay, student? Thank you very much. Take care. And thank you very much for wishes. Thank you.